Hello and welcome to an unboxing here at FiveJay Gaming. I am FiveJay, and today we are going to unbox a Kickstarter package I have here. It is the Ghostbusters The Board Game 2 Kickstarter. It's a big old box, and I have to move my microphone out of the way. So I don't always do video game stuff, just, 99% of the time. So this is part of the 1% here. And I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. The first board game that they had was really cool, but I missed out on the Kickstarter at that point, so there was a bunch of cool stuff I missed out on. So when I heard they were doing a second one, I was on board right away, and I got a bunch of really cool extras in here. So let's see what's going on in here. We got a few folks joining on Periscope. Thanks for watching, folks. And I'll make sure that my YouNow chat is open. Perfect. All right, I'm going to move this mic away, and let's see what's in this big old box. Okay. Move that back a little even. Look at how big this box is. It's huge. Woo! Alright, I already cut it open a little bit on the ends. Just not the top yet. So it wouldn't be too much of a struggle to get it open. Don't want to cut myself on camera. You don't want to see actual gore live. You just want to see all the video game gore. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Alright, alright. This is the first thing you see. Obviously designed that way. Very nice. It's got the deluxe edition box in there. It's got a nice white and then silver text font. Whoa, it's a big box. Whoa. Holy moly. Da-da-da-da! Dang, that looks sweet! And it's got the Kickstarter logo on there, so that everyone knows that I was a Kickstarter backer. Sweet! And there's a backside for you, telling you everything that's in there. Yes, that is the Statue of... Oh, wrong side. That is the Statue of Liberty head. And I'm very excited that that is in here. Sweet. Let's open her up and take a look. The quality of the figures and whatnot. That should be plenty. Get that plastic off there. Oh, I'm excited. The box contains the entire Lewis Tully expansion. Okay, so one of my expansions is already in this big deluxe box. Good to know. I do not want to scratch that nice Ghostbusters 2 logo on the front. I got K2SO here joining me when I take the green screen off. I figured Ghostbusters is a fair chance there's going to be some green slime all over the place. Didn't want that to be chromed out. Come on, Scotch Dogs is here. Who are you going to play with? My wife. I got a couple of friends that like to play board games. Yeah, it's a great game. It's up to 4 players simultaneous. Sort of RPG in the sense that you level up your Ghostbusters and play them across a campaign. It's cool. Alright, so right away we got this big, really cool Ghostbusters, the rule book. It actually has a story in it. This is the same artist here that does the Ghostbusters comic book series. Let me see if I can say his name right. Dan Schoening? See if I can find his name. It's not the easiest name in the world. And I know that the quick story is, oh, it doesn't give them credit for this, huh? Dan Schoenberg. I'm sorry, Dan. You're awesome. I follow you on Twitter. Sometimes we interact. You like my photos sometimes. So I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing your name right. Oh, once again, I'm seeing story, but no credits for him. Anyway, so in here they have a little story. You're seeing comic panels. It's written up. It's very cool. So I love that they were able to get the actual Ghostbusters comic book writer and illustrator there. It's so cool that they did that. And once again, some more art. And some more inventory. So, very cool. Looks spiffy and it's big. Dang, that's big. Okay, move on to the interesting things. This game has all of these interchangeable tiles that make up a random game field. And I don't know if I want to take these out of the package right now. On the back side, I don't know if this is a big sticker. this Ghostbusters 2 board game thing here. And these are random tokens for play. Here's a lot more of these board pieces. As you can see there, varying, it looks like we got some pink slime here and various trash strewn about. This is a basketball court. Oh boy, something's destroyed in here. Yeah, coffee machines. So they got a bunch of these board pieces. You punch them all out, and then in the campaign, they tell you what order to put them together and what orientation. So they got these numbers on them, B3, 1, 2, 3, 4. They got a bunch of them. Here's C1 and 2 over here. And again, there's a bunch of them in these packages. So, pretty cool. It's easy to keep playing a new map that way. All right, let's take a look at character cards, if I can get them out. Oofta. Okay. So, this is how you're leveling yourself up here. You got this chart on the bottom, and as you're playing and catching ghosts and doing things according to the objective, you're gaining more experience points, which unlock abilities here. And it's really, and you track that with a little like plastic slider piece that you put on there. And then at the end of a particular round, those stats move into the next round of a campaign. It's really cool. This is a really cool game. If you haven't played the Ghostbusters board game, the first one, I would say wait for this second one because they added so much more to it. It seems really, really awesome. Let's see. Should I open this and see what all is in here as far as characters? Obviously, we saw Peter Venkman there. And one of the features they've added here is that not only do they have their Proton Pack version of the character, they also have the Slime Blower version of the character in here. Since the Slime Blower was a huge deal in Ghostbusters 2. But this is still largely built on the classic Ghostbusters board game, the first one. All those mechanics. So we got Peter Venkman, which we already saw. Egon Spengler. Ray Stantz. Winston Zeddemore. And a bunch of ghosts here. A street creeper. I don't know the best way to make this focus here. I might need to turn this autofocus back on. I turned it off for a bit because it kept not focusing on my face very well. See if I can even click the right thing here. Yeah, configure that video. Oh, the autofocus is on. Okay, well, I just won't be a pansy about it here. I'll give it a second to focus next time. Okay. Snakehead. I'll show you, you know what? I'll show you the cooler ones, because, I mean, a lot of these aren't necessarily the big ones that everyone remembers. Granny Gross Haunted Human. Okay, okay. Ex-Cop. Plasms. Lots of plasms. Oh, my. Oh, the Scoleri brothers. Here's Tony Scoleri. Focus, darn you. Camera, please focus. I mean, it's right in front of the lens. You would think it would focus. Hey, there we are. Tony Scoleri. And Nunzio Scoleri. Focus. I gotta pull it back a little farther. Just doesn't like it. Well, you get the idea. Pull it back about yay far. Hey, there you go. We got Janosch Poha as the old lady with the carriage, stealing Oscar. That's awesome. Plasms, more plasms. The Washington Square Ghost. The really big one that was in Ghostbusters 2. There you go. Refocus. Ooh, Vigo the Carpathian in here, as you'd expect. And all of these cards just tell you what the ghosts do. And then there's actual figures of all of this. All the characters and everything. So, that's just letting you kind of see the variety. I guess probably more interesting to see the figures, huh? Also in here are all the scenario cards. So the blue color is a campaign. So there's, looks like 4 of each color. And you go through all 4 of those scenarios to play a campaign of the game. And it's really a fun system. In the last version, they also included a PDF that was like a randomizer to sort of play your own game that was completely random tile sets and that kind of stuff. Very cool. Oh, at the back we see more stuff. This is the expansion. Lewis Tully is in here. Heck yeah. I love Lewis. Okay, but I didn't know you had a license. Okay, so that's a bunch of cards there. And I'm seeing there's another set of small playing card size cards. This is new. The first Ghostbusters board game did not have this. So that's very cool. And let's open her up, see what kind of stuff's in here. Ugh, various little bits of plastic. It's fun, right? It's very fun. Okay. So, looks like there's some cards here that have different titles on them. So one is a tome, one's a trap, one's an ability, and one's a weapon. So it looks like you get to put equipment on your Ghostbusters as you're playing to continue to enhance their abilities. That's pretty cool. What is this? Ooh, event cards. And it tells you a couple of different things happening there, looks like. More weapons. Oh, some of these look like they're from maybe even the real Ghostbusters kind of stuff. Very cool. Proton pistol, the miniature slime blower. Yep, the ghost bomb. The boson caster. Hey, that's from the video game. The 2009 Atari published video game, right? That's a great one. I love that. Oh, the Ecto goggles, classic. You gotta have those in there. A mobile x-ray machine, okay. Ghost beacon, yes. Portable dimensionometer. This is great. This is so cool. An ooze vacuum. There's a lot of stuff in here. Of course, you gotta have... Ooh, wait, it's a wireless trap. So it's not hooked up to a foot pedal, or it's like a Bluetooth foot pedal. I'm sure it wasn't Bluetooth in. I forget what year they started. Well, I suppose Ghostbusters 2 was 89, right? 84 for the first one and 89 for the second one. So I guess we'll call this 89. More event cards, but these ones are slimed. Oh, it's a goo pile. Interesting. I'm not sure what all this stuff does yet, but that's what it is. Oh, I see. It's like slimed equipment and slimed events. Okay, so and then here's some key items that must be a part of a campaign. We got the slimed toaster. Polarity rectification tripod. Oh, yes, I remember that in the comics. And then the occult reference net. They're always looking up stuff on their old computer. Anyway, so there's a lot of cool stuff here. I don't know how the game works just yet, but the fact that they have a whole giant deck of cards of stuff adding in new mechanics is really exciting to me, so I cannot wait to play that. We got a lot of figures to take a look at here. And this is not everything. I've got a couple of things in that box, I think. Pretty darn sure, because I ordered a couple of other expansions, too. So, that's what's in the box. And we'll see what else is in store for us here. Woo! This is going to be a lot of stuff. Nom Nom's here on YouTube. What's up? Scotch Dog says, do you know the Ghostbusters song? Oh, of course I do. Absolutely. I ain't afraid of no ghost. It's great stuff. I love Ghostbusters. Oh, this is taped together, right? I think I saw somebody else do an unboxing at Cryptozoic. So, just gotta cut it up quick. Sorry. Yeah. Don't lose all your character cards. Okay. Whew, these cards are gonna be a little bit of a problem here. Let's take this top piece off. Okay. Crisis averted. Whoa, look at all this. Okay, so this looks to be Lewis Tully with a slime blower. Oh boy, I don't know if this is going to focus for me here. I'm going to pull up the camera controls. I'm going to take it off of autofocus. Oh, there's the Logitech controls. Excellent. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can do this just right. Okay, so Louis Tully. Oh yeah, huh? Pretty sweet. Awesome. And then they also have the version of Louis Tully with the proton pack. And again, if I can get this right. Yeah, there you go. He's got his little earmuffs on. You know, because it was cold, you know, it was New Year's Eve in New York. Pretty sweet, huh? That's finicky, but I get it to work, so woohoo. Okay, what's an interesting ghost to look at? Oh, we have the Ecto-1, or sorry, the Ecto-1A here. Take a look at this bad boy. Get it real close to the camera. Eh? Pretty cool, eh? Not so bad. Sweet. What else do we got in here? The gray ones are always your heroes. So these are going to be... I'm going to have to remember to do that. These are going to be all of our Ghostbusters down here. A couple other folks joining on Periscope. Thanks for watching. Let's see. I'm just going to show a couple more of the Ghostbusters here, especially with the slime tanks, because that's new. I'm going to show Peter here with the slime tank. Slime tank Peter. Come on. Yeah. Oh, he looks like he's got an eye patch. Just a nice shadow in that eye socket. Ah! There we go. Pretty cool. And I like the color and the transparency of some of these, so let's grab this guy. Give you a good look at this thing. Pretty cool looking, huh? Awesome. That's a lot of figures in this box, so definitely not going to have a chance to pick up and show you all of them here, but I'm going to look in the next row here because that's where the bigger and even cooler ones are. So, next tray coming in. And one of the things we have here is the Statue of Liberty in 2 pieces. And it goes like that. And it might click into place, but I'm not going to push it down on it too hard right now. And the Ghostbusters will all fit actually on the head of the Statue of Liberty, just like in Ghostbusters 2. And as I'm looking at it right now, there's a pretty cool detail here. Do you remember they hooked up some music to make her move, right? Well, what do they have inside her head? Speakers and a little wiring system. Huh? That's awesome. Pretty cool. I love the little details that they put in there. So that's awesome. Big figure here too. Shep33 is joined on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Shep says, I've been playing a bit of Earthbound Beginnings. It is hard. I'm looking forward to it, but from what I hear, everyone says that's the hardest, except I think one person disagreed and said it was the easiest. So, I don't know. Ooh, the Scoleri brothers look really cool. Let's take a look at Nunzio here. Alright, dang, he's a bigger figure. See how big he is. The Scoleri brothers! I tried them for murder! Gave them the chair! Eh? That's sweet looking. Alright, and then... there's the other brother. The other brother. Pretty cool. I like the purple color. Let's take a look at some of these pink ghosts here. Plasms and whatnot. what do we have here? Looks to be Janosz Pohas, the old lady. All right. Janosz Pohas, old lady ghost. Here we go. It's a little bit harder to see the face in the pink on camera here, but in person it looks pretty good. Let's see how well we can do. Hey, that's not so bad. Looks like he'll be carrying that carriage there. His hands are at least ready to hold onto a carriage. Don't know if he actually will. There are a couple of holes here with nothing in it. And I don't know what that's about. Why I would be missing some things here. I'm not sure if that was like maybe a Kickstarter backing like stretch goal that wasn't met or what. I'm not sure why I would be missing anything in here. But that's what I'm seeing. We got some dice. Normally you just get these white dice, but because I got that deluxe edition, I got these pink slime dice as well, including this little 4-sided one here. Or was it 8-sided one here. Pretty cool. This looks to be a card stand of some sort. But, yeah, cool. And again, I can change my focus. Pretty cool dice. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Shep says, in my opinion, the controls were created correctly and the result in the game being really hard to play without having to walk into walls many times. Nom Nom says, I forgot to say Earthbound Halloween hack takes months after Earthbound, while Mother 3 is about 200 years later. Whoa! 200 years! Dang! And these are just the little sliders that go on your character cards to track your experience points. So, I don't have to show you how that works. You can imagine that. We can take a look at Vigo the Carpathian here, though. He's gray, so normally that's a playable character. I don't know if there's a circumstance where you play as Vigo. That sounds awesome. But yeah, we got Vigo there. Alright, and there's another layer below this, so down further we go. More tape, unfortunately. Don't fall and spill a bunch of things, please. That would be suboptimal. Okay, one side is undone. Tape's the worst sometimes. Ah! Whew. Whew. Nearly cut myself there. We're good, we're good. Alright. Last layer inside the box itself. Holy moly. So first thing I'm seeing here are these snaps. These snap onto the bases of the various characters. And I don't know exactly what the function is for that right now. If it's sort of status ailments or just sort of like, you know, saying this is my character and this is the color I want on it. I don't know yet. But these snap onto the bases of all those little characters. Pretty sweet. There is a huge figure here. Massive! Holy cow! Look at this. In a couple of parts, I'm going to try and focus on it again. Look at it. It's a detailed slime wall. And it hooks into this piece here to become one giant piece. And so then on this side of it, it looks like it holds ghost figures in there, probably. Eh? It's huge. It looks like you'd fit one in the bottom, one in the middle, and one sitting on the top there. So, it's like a big old tower for ghosts to be sitting on, probably giving them all sorts of crazy boosts that make them harder to take out. So, wow, that looks cool. Can I snap it together? Do I want to? Is there a reason I don't want to? I don't know. I'm going to keep it separate for now. Okay, so that was everything that I had inside the deluxe edition box. And I can show you the spots where I don't have anything in there that I thought was strange. You can see there's a clear gigantic figure right here. Nothing in it, right? Also, there's a little figure here, nothing, and something here. I don't think I moved stuff out of there. You know what? I'm seeing there's another slot here, unless... No, I was just thinking, I wonder if that's indents from a layer above, and This indent is, so I can see that. Oh, and yeah, okay, so nope, nope. Still nothing. Though I'm realizing this square here is probably, yeah, from these these cards, maybe? No, no, it's not. How can it not be? Does that even make sense? I don't think so. Something's goofy here. I didn't pay attention to the orientation, the way it went on. You know, it doesn't really matter right now. I'm thinking, yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, chuck that back in our deluxe edition box. We'll figure out how to put it back together later. There was a layer I was missing. That was probably why it wasn't fitting right. There is more. We're not done yet. Not done yet. So, that was what was in the box. That was the Ghostbusters 2 board game, plus the Louis Tully expansion. But now there's more. I have 2 other expansions in here. There's whatever's in this very plainly wrapped box. Let's see. Or, it's wrapped. It's not wrapped. Chef says, dang, autocorrect. And then a face. Nom Nom says, have you already shown the giant marshmallow monster? I don't think that one's in here. That was the first Ghostbusters board game. So not in this one. Alright. What have we here? Oh, alright. Now, what was this? The People Busters, looks like, probably? Hang on. Let me... Okay. We got some more tiles here. And as you can see, it now is in a very cartoony art style. This being in the real Ghostbusters cartoon style. Because... Oh, and this is a PvP mode, so it's like a competitive mode instead of what the rest of the game normally is, which is cooperative, you and 3 friends all working together. This is a competitive mode. Very interesting. Okay, so a few board pieces there. What else was in this bag? Some figures and some more cards. Let's see. Oh yeah, Egon Cadaver. Let's see what else is in here besides Egon Cadaver. So I'm guessing then the People Busters versus the Ghostbusters is how PvP works. Makes sense. You got Egon Cadaver. You got... These names are so bad. Ray Stiffs. Wah, wah. Wow. We got Peter Demon? Deman? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I got this far in the real Ghostbusters show. I still got to catch up on that. And Winston Deadmore. Okay, I enjoyed that one. That's great. So same thing, though, where you can see they have abilities and they have an experience point bar. So similar deal to the normal Ghostbusters character cards there. We got 4 figures inside here. I'm just going to take out one of them here. Looks like this is, what did they say, Egon Cadaver? There you go. Looking good, Eags. Cool, cool. And the rest of the gang in there as well. And then some cards. Ghostbusters versus People Busters. And I like that the People Busters symbol is Egon with the no symbol over it. And then the ghost, obviously the classic Ghostbusters symbol. Choose one. So these are scenario deals. Respawn a contaminated teammate. Treat them as if they have not been played this round. Investigate any goo pile. Okay. Cool, cool. So this is, maybe, I'm thinking one of these scenarios benefits the Ghostbusters and one of these scenarios benefits the People Busters. I'm thinking that's kind of what is happening there. So yeah, another deck of cards just for this PvP mode with the People Busters. Very cool. Anything else in this box? Yes, something in an envelope here. Let's see what this is. Ooh, you know what this is? This is my collapsible dice tower. Awesome. So you just chuck your dice into the top of this collapsible tower, and they come out rolling a random thing. But it looks like the Ghostbusters firehouse. So there's probably some instructions somewhere on how to build this. That or it's really easy. One or the other. It also might be in multiple parts. Yeah, I'm seeing it's got like little folds and stuff for you to insert pieces to. So there's some instructions here. But yeah, it's going to be the Ghostbusters firehouse. You just drop dice in the top of the firehouse and they come out into a tray in the bottom with the values that you need. I don't know about you, but sometimes I play with friends and they like to like throw the dice and pieces on the board go flying, and it's like, just calm down, okay? Use the dice tower. So this is part of that. Let's see if there's anything else in this box. A very strange wavy foam piece. There is more. There is more. And then I got another one of these boxes to go through too. So, oh, whoa, there's all sorts of stuff in here. Dang. I mean, it's kind of a weird packaging to put them in this strange box and bags, but it's really cool. Glitch Shark is here once again, repping Undertale. Thanks for coming, Glitch. Ah, I've dropped something. Let me see what it is. Oh, I see on one side it's the Ghostbusters 2 tile, but on the other, I forgot what they called this thing. A gyrocopter or something? I don't know. They probably had an ecto name to it. I do not remember. I remember them using it both in, I think in the TV show and in the comics. And we have some more event cards here. And these look interesting because they look to be, once again, focused on the real Ghostbusters. Nom Nom says, KO, I'm saying okay, but it's the Mr. Saturn version. You need a fancier font if it's the Mr. Saturn version. Talking about Earthbound still here. Thanks for watching, folks. A bunch of ally cards is what this is. The real Peter, real Ray, real Egon, real Winston, real Janine. So, there's a lot of text here, and I'm not going to read what they have to say, but more bits of gameplay to this PvP mode. That'll be fun. I want to see what that plays like. I have not the slightest clue. And, oh, okay, so this is telling you how it works to have allies and stuff. Okay, this is just a gameplay card. Pretty cool, but it does have artwork on it. And again, all that artwork from the official artist of the Ghostbusters comic book, so that's really cool. Shep says, I can play many UT songs on my piano. My best song so far is Hopes and Dreams. I don't know those songs. Oh, these are all like little towers. Do they stack? I don't know if these are supposed to stack, maybe. But they look like they probably contain other figures inside. And then they appear to stack in some way. There's a bunch of them here. 5 of them, and there's a little box. Let's see what's in this little box. None of them appear to have a head. I wonder if what's in the box is whatever the head is supposed to be. And maybe the connecting pieces. Oh, it's a bunch of figures. Nice. Oh, including... Sweet. Looks like the real Ghostbusters are in here. This is a tightly packed box. Wow. Oh, the little ectocopter. I gotta show this up close. This is cool looking. Get my hand on that focus button. How cool is that? That's a cool figure. We've got some really big ghost traps here. Don't know why they're so big compared to the character figures, but they look nice. So cool, cool. There is some sort of capish looking thing here. I don't know what it is. Just a thing. Sure, once I read through the instructions, it'll tell you what it is, but it doesn't appear to like snap or clip on to anything. It's smooth all the way around. More more of the real Ghostbusters. More slime, more traps. That's about it in there. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Ah, so many little pieces. Look at all this. They have jam-packed this box full of figures. I don't want them to all spill out. There's tons of stuff in there. Okay. See if we can set all of this aside. Because it is time for the second box in there. Additional box. So, that was all the PvP mode, the People Busters expansion for the Ghostbusters board game 2. Now let's see this other one. And let me make sure that all this stuff is together so I don't lose it later on. All good, all good? Yeah. How's it going, K2? Good? You good? He's good. Alright, one last box here. And I believe this is the Get Real expansion. Or maybe that might have been both Get Real and People Busters. Because it had the real Ghostbusters in there as well. Ooh, a bunch of figures. Oh! The Roy Lance Guide. The Secret Societies and Sects. More bonus tiles here. Double-sided, looking good. I'm not exactly sure what all of this is supposed to be, but it's cool looking. Nice. Oh, you know what? Those go with the People Buster stuff over there. Okay, the Roy Lance Guide. Look at this thing. It's a box. There's something in here. I'm going to have to see what it is. But because I feel like that's more exciting, let's look at these figures here. Oh, you know what? There's Extreme Ghostbusters in here. Look at this. Oh, heck yeah. So I'm going to show you one of the most iconic of the Extreme Ghostbusters here, Garrett. He was like the jock of the group, even though he was, in a wheelchair. He was like the most able-bodied of all of them, zipping around and always being the first to jump into a dangerous situation and take ghosts on. Garrett was cool. Very cool. I didn't remember that the Extreme Ghostbusters were going to be in here. Look at this. And there's some really big, cool ghost figures. Look at this. Wow. Very cool. Kiwi's here. What's up, Kiwi? Nam says, have you already shown what is the goal of the game? The goal of the game is, depending on the scenario that you're playing, it might be to capture a specific ghost, or to shut down portals that are releasing ghosts, or whatever. It's a series of 4 goals in 4 scenarios in a campaign. And usually each scenario gets harder and harder and harder, but your Ghostbuster is sort of leveling up, and it's a really fun game. Look for the first Ghostbusters, the board game. It's out there right now. This game should be hitting stores at some point soon, and it's very fun co-op, and now there's a PvP mode. Let's see. I mean, that one's kind of cool, but let's take a look at this big old scary lady here. I forgot what her name is, like Edna or something like that, but she was not nice to children. And I think there's a bunch of children sticking out of her dress here. Ghosts of poor children. I remember that they had this in the Ghostbusters comics. They captured her early on. It's pretty sweet. I love the Ghostbuster comics, by the way. Very, very good. Very cool. I didn't expect to find even more figures here. So now let's see what's in this Roylands guide after all. Kiwi says it's like Ghostbusters Zombicide. Ghosticide. Now says KO. Kiwi says, "Oh, Jay, I want to tell you a thing. Leveling up in that game is bad because you fight harder monsters." No, in which game? Which game are you talking about? In this game? That's why you have to level up. Things get more difficult. But it's awesome. I played a lot of the first Ghostbusters board game, and I had a great time. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Okay. We got some more of these cards that we saw in the basic, in the core game here. I'm seeing an event card. I'm seeing a tome card. See what else is in here, though. This plastic is very tight-fitting. I don't want to damage the cards trying to open it. Okay. I know the first Ghostbusters board game Kickstarter, there was a special thing for Tobin's Spirit Guide. A Tobin's Spirit Guide box, and that's amazing. So they didn't want to do that again, so they gave us the Roylance Guide. Alright, Ray's Occult Bookshop Catalog. Ooh, Proton Pack Mach 2. Or Mark 2, rather. Box of yellow snack cakes. You know what that is? That's Twinkies. Tell them about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie? Direct delivery arm-mounted proton pack, the wand zapper, ectovac. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I'll show you those cards. Get the middle one in there. There you go. And again, I don't know how all of this stuff fits together, but all of these cards, there were no cards like this in the first one. They've added a ton of new features into the game. Got some more weapons and stuff here. My. I'm going to fan out a few of these for you. Whew. A lot. Okay. Look at them all. That was not a very good fan. But a bunch. Yahoo! Pretty sweet. And then we got some other big cards here. Looks like it's the monster cards that correlate to all the big monsters that we saw here. Kiwi says, I got Ultra Street Fighter 2. Nice! How do you like it? Gotta love Street Fighter 2 Classic. Everyone's played Street Fighter 2. And if you haven't, then I'm sure you at least are aware of the legacy. It's a strong one. I'm sure you know somebody who's talked endlessly about it. Positively, of course. Kiwi says, it's fun. Nom Noms says he's back. Alright, sweet, sweet. Once again, this little... I'm liking the first monster that I'm seeing here, the were-chicken. Yes, you heard me correctly, the were-chicken. When I get this plastic off, I'll show you. Once again, some of these monsters probably from the real Ghostbusters, which I'm less familiar with. But I'm working on it. See, there's that were-chicken. Killer Watt, I do remember him. Aw, poor little orphan ghost. Oh, these are scenario cards. So this shows you how to set up the tiles. And other various tokens that get placed on the map. That kind of stuff. And then this tells you all about what happens in the scenario. So there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into this game. Especially this new one. There's tons of new mechanics. It seems a little overwhelming, honestly, but in a good way. I love Ghostbusters a lot, and I can't wait to figure out how it all works to make me feel more like a Ghostbuster on a tabletop game sort of way. And again, these are character cards. Again, you got the experience bar and the abilities there. And this is new. There's actually an explanation, clarifications on how all the abilities work, which was not something that was really necessary in the first Ghostbusters board game. So, yeah, let me see these again so I can remember all their names. Yeah, there's Garrett, as I was saying. And maybe I should adjust the camera focus. There we go. Garrett. Roland, and what was cool about Roland is that he was actually voiced by the guy that was Carlton in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I just had his name at the top of my head there, and I forgot it. I just forgot it. I'm very sorry. But he's a really cool guy, and I forgot that he was the voice of this character. Very cool. You got Eduardo, who was he was a sassy character, but he was honestly kind of a coward. But he never really abandoned everyone, so it wasn't so bad. And then Kylie Griffin. She is also a big part of the Ghostbusters comics, as well as the Extreme Ghostbusters. So very cool. You got those character cards there. Kiwi says, no, my dad kicked my butt in it because he played it from his childhood. See? You know somebody that had played Street Fighter 2. Anonymous says, oh, and by the way, there was a Ghostbusters game at the Atari Sega. At the Atari Sega? I think, and it's really bad. I don't know what you're saying there, but the old Ghostbusters arcade game, I'm a fan. The best version of that game was on the Master System, and I actually have that version. It's pretty awesome. I'm a fan. It was difficult, and that's probably why most people didn't like it. It was not easy. It didn't explain itself well, but the mechanics were solid. I was very happy with that arcade game. Anyway, so all of those cards fit into the Roylands guide. So that looks like everything that I have here. And I'll check the box again quick, the big box, not one of these sub boxes that I've opened. I'll check one of those. Oh, I'm running out of floor space. And see what's going on in there. I don't think there's anything else in there, but just to make sure. Yep, that's just the floor. Okay, so. Okay, I think I already opened that. I just got to make sure. Whew! That was so much stuff. So much stuff. And I'm going to get you the top of this box again because it looks so great. I just have to show it off again for everybody. Just to remind you all what a cool package this is, what a great job that they did, and why you should be excited for it. Okay, here, again, my awesome box. And so, as you can see, Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters the Board Game 2, and this is the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition. But a lot of the core elements are still going to be in the ones that you're going to get in stores. I think the expansions are going to be sold. There's other expansions I chose not to buy because I already put a lot of money in here. There was an expansion where you get to play as Slimer, as a Ghostbuster. It's pretty cute. And I think there were a couple of other expansions as well. They really went all out for this second one. I'm very excited. And it all looks really cool. Looks really, really cool. So I'm very happy I'm a Kickstarter backer, and if they were to put out a third one, I'd probably back a third one. It took me a year to get it, but, you know, that's the nature of Kickstarter, so. All right, we got a bunch of folks here going, whoa, awesome, right? It looks really cool. I'm very happy with it. Guys, thank you so much for coming and watching. This has been my unboxing of the Kickstarter Special Edition Ghostbusters the Board Game 2, and I could not be happier. I'm really excited to play. Definitely look into it, see if you can get it at your local game store, and have fun playing with or against your friends. Thanks, guys, for coming, and I will see you tomorrow.